Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University, we bring you semifinal action in the 2024 North Star Athletic Association Men's Basketball Tournament as the home team Bellevue University Bruins take on the visiting Dakota State University Trojans out of Madison, South Dakota. Again, good afternoon, everyone. Mick Krupski here for the broadcast, along with Jimmy Allen doing the color commentary for the broadcast. We've got a great game going to unfold before us.
Yeah, we got about 6 minutes till tip-off here, and the good news, if you're a Bellevue fan, you've been able to beat these Trojans 2 times. The bad news, if you're a Bellevue fan, you've been able to beat this Trojan team 2 times. It's so difficult to beat a team multiple times in a single season. They have to play the same team 3 times and accomplish the same feat.
The Trojans hoping the 3rd time's the charm. The Bruins going for the trifecta this year. The Bellevue Bruins have won 21 conference championships, including this year in the North Star Athletic Association, the Midlands Collegiate Athletic Conference before that. The Bruins hoping to notch another tournament championship. They have 15 of those under their belts already. Bellevue comes into this game 13-15 overall, a very slow start on the season, but at 8-4 in conference play, the Bellevue Bruins earned the top spot, the top seed in the tournament at 8-4. The Dakota State Trojans, the number 4 seed in the tournament, they went 6-6 in the North Star, 17-12 overall.
Yeah, unfortunately for Bellevue, they didn't get off to a really slow start the season. Fortunately, though, they've been able to finish on a strong note. They've won 4 of their last 5 and 8 of their last 10. Most importantly, they're a different team on this home court where they played today 11-4 at home, just 2-8 on the road.
The Bruin team really catching fire for January and February, 8-4 during the last 2 months. In conference play, the Bruins are averaging 7 points per game more than their opponents in their 12 conference games, so that's a good sign for the Bruins. The Trojans, even Stevens, they're averaging 73 points per game in conference and allowing 73 points per game. The Bruins and the Trojans have some similarities in style. They have the ability to try to go deep into the bench for both teams.
Yeah, Bellevue just a little bit deeper on the bench side of things, but Dakota State likes to play a lot of guys. I think in a situation like this where you're this late into the season, just a couple of weeks away from March, you may see them even go deeper today, and even when we saw them back in January.
In the other semifinal game going on this afternoon, it'll be Dickinson State University at Mayville State University for the other half of the bracket to see who advances to next Sunday's championship game. The Bruins, the number 1 seed, they had a bye earlier this week. They did not have to play to advance. The Dakota State Trojans defeated Viterbo 85-61, a dominating performance on Wednesday night against the V-Hawks. Let's take a look at both teams and talk about some of the guys who are the leading scorers. Both these teams with 8 guys with 6 or more points per game on their season average.
Yeah, the 2 guys that kind of make the thing go are Chapkit Gill and Emmanuel Akpan. They're really the key to the way this offense goes. Gill scored 16 in Madison against these Bruins, while Akpan had 12 when they played here just a month ago. The situation that you kind of want to get yourself in if you're a Bellevue fan, you never want to see somebody score 20 points. Missing Colton did back on January 6th. He had 20, but he took 19 shots to get there. Coach Gabriel's going to live in a world where that happens routinely.
And for the home team, Bellevue University Bruins, TJ Fritz averaging just under 14 points per game. Jerome Bynum, 10.5 per game. Nigel Wilson, 9.5 points per game. They're the top 3 scorers for the Bellevue Bruins. And again, the Bruins with their 5 in at a time offensive scheme that's worked very well for them here. You can expect a lot of guys to contribute in maybe lesser amounts, but in that sum total, that's a good number of points for the Bruins.
Hey, listen, there's a reason I'm sitting up there and Coach Gabriel's in the suit down on the floor, but we talked to him before the game, and I asked him if TJ Fritz was going to come off the bench in this game like he did against these Trojans back on January 6th. And the reason I did that TJ started that game 4 for 3. It looked like he was playing with a little bit of chip on his shoulder coming off the bench. If I'm Lucas Gabriel, I'm telling him to go sit down until he's mad enough to get out there.
That's when TJ was coming off that hand injury he suffered earlier in the season back in December. So who's going to step up for the Bruins? Who's going to step up for the Trojans this afternoon?
Yeah, I think it's got to be TJ Fritz. It's got to start with him. He had 22 points in that game back in January, and this team just looks different when he's able to hit shots from the outside. I mean, if you're Bellevue and you don't want somebody to get hot, it's got to be Emmanuel Akpan. You've got to keep him in check in this game.
For these two teams in conference play, the Bruins averaging 68 points per game while allowing 61. That's that 7-point differential I talked about earlier. The Bruins are shooting 45% from the floor, 37% from behind the arc, and 69% from the free throw lane. For the Tigers, 73 points per game scored, 73 points per game allowed in conference play, 44% from the floor, 35% from behind the arc, and 72% at the free throw line.
Yeah, for Dakota State, I think the most interesting player on the floor is Taylor Edwards. He's kind of one of their bench guys, arguably one of their utility guys. We just seen him there with a dunk at the rim. We remember when we were here a few months ago, he got into this game. He went 4 of 5 coming off the bench and was kind of the guy that kind of got him back into that game at that point. It's going to be interesting to see how many minutes he gets today.
All right, as always, we invite you to be part of our broadcast here at the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. If you would like to send along your greetings this afternoon via the text message, my number is 402-515-7654. We'll give that number to you several times during the course of the game. Bellevue fans, you've had that all season long. Trojan fans, we invite you to join us as well. The Madison radio station also doing a broadcast of today's game, so you got a couple of options to listen to online.
It's playoff time. Get those texts in. Come on, it's championship season.
All right. 402-515-7654. In just a second, we'll turn it over to PA announcer Ray Quinn as we get ready for our national anthem and our starting lineups. Thanks to Kaylee and Zakiah working behind the scenes. Here's our camera and board operators here, members of the women's basketball squad.
They thought they were done for the year. We're going to make them work a little while.
That's right. The women lost in their opening round game to Viterbo, 72-63 in an up-and-down season. They wind up finishing 11-17 overall.
Keep louder now on being the student athletes who best represent the 5 values, core values of respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations.
Champions of character introduced for both teams. Time now for our national anthem.
With the playing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
announcer stepping up with our national anthem. Good job.
Double time today. Good job, Ray. I believe there may have been a technical difficulties there which led to that.
The four-seeded Trojans of Dakota State University. They entered today's game with an overall record of 17-12. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior from North Gate, Australia. Number 0, Kuzo Kibiamaki. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Union City, California. Number 1, Jack Gill. And another guard, a 5'9" freshman from Del Rapids, South Dakota. Number 2, Bryn Van Corman. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Eagle Lake, Minnesota, number 15, Johanna Ochan. And at corner, the 6'5", junior from Rockland, California, number 20, Emmanuel Ackman. The Trojans are coached by head coach Jared Carr, his first season, assisted by John Fleischman and Damian Luna. And now the starting lineup for your number 1 seeded Bellevue University Bruins. And it is in with the overall record of 4-2 and 15. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Manhattan, Kansas, number 2, TJ Fritz. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Concord, California, number 11, Christian Anna. At guard, a 6'6" freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, number 15, Liam Thompson. At guard, a 6-foot senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Jerome Bynum. And a man in the middle, 6'8" junior from Omaha, Nebraska, number 50, Emar Vincent. The Bruins are coached by head coach Lucas Gabriel in his fifth season, assisted by Nate Geiser and Aaron Hamas. It's time to play ball.
All right, let's get ready for today's action. The Bruins against the Trojans in the North Star Athletic Association men's basketball semifinals. Bruins need to stop the Trojans in transition, win the glass, and get good shots against the Trojans' 2-3 zone defense. Those are the words of head coach Lucas Gabriel.
Interesting change in the starting lineup here. Liam Thompson initiated into the starting lineup here over McKeem Loudermill. It'll be interesting to see if Lucas Gabriel wants more size off his bench coming into this one.
Bruins in the white uniforms, Trojans in the dark uniforms. And we're going to have a re-tip on that as it was a little awkward. We'll reset 20 minutes on the clock for this first half action. Here we go once again. Emar Vincent jumping against Emmanuel Ackman. Bruins don't contest the tip. Dakota State with the first possession of the day. Working the ball around the perimeter into the hands of Pankinen. Now the give on the drive to Ackman, and he'll lose the basketball. TJ Fritz comes away with the loose ball. The Bruins with their first offensive possession.
Great job by Emar Vincent there, just stepping into the passing lane, disrupting and getting the turnover.
Emar Vincent at the top of the key, now gives it off to Jerome Bynum. Bynum trying to use the screen from Emar. Pankinen loses his footing inside. Emar on the low block on the right side, trying to body up against Ochan. The shot rolls around, won't go down. Okpan comes away with the rebound, and both teams come up empty on their first possessions.
You got to feel good if you're Bellevue about that first possession, about as good of a look at the basket as you can get there. Emar's going to hit that more times than not.
Since Emar became part of the Bruins starting lineup back in the early parts of this year, he's been a focus of the offense. That time, from the outside, it's Braden Pankinen, the freshman from Del Rapids, South Dakota, gets the Trojans on the board first.
TJ's got to get there a little bit quickly. He was trailing his guy, gave a wide open look. He's got to get there faster.
Bruins very patient on offense. They'll work off some time at the clock. Here's an open look for TJ Fritz, and he knocks it down. You said TJ in the pregame warm-ups was red hot.
That's what we need. We need two getting involved earlier than later.
3-3 our score. Happy that our score bug is working once again, so we'll keep you aware of that as well. Here we go into the hands of Japjit Gill. He's denied by Liam Thompson down to the low block. Back outside to Pankinen, guarded by Fritz. Bruins in a man-to-man defense. Crossover dribble. Christian Carter forces a loose ball on the floor. A tie-up possession arrow will point to the Bellevue Bruins.
Great job by Chris there. He just stuck to his guns, didn't move his feet, was able to knock the ball away.
Fritz, Carter, Thompson, Bynum, and Vincent, the starting five for the Bruins, as we're about 1 minute and 40 seconds into the first half of action. Little light pressure in the backcourt. Bruins get it across, but it takes about 7 seconds off their 30-second shot clock.
Jerome left Pankinen looking for a shoe a minute ago on the last possession. I like to see that happen again here. Maybe get him on a one-on-one situation at the rim. 2-3
zone defense by the Trojans. That's their stock and trade on defense. Again into the hands of Vincent, working inside. Emar the up and in. Bruins on top by 2. Emar Vincent with his first basket up to this afternoon's game.
Well, Backman brought his lunch with him today. He's got his work cut out for him.
Dakota State, back on offense. Another ball that was temporarily lost on the dribble by Diempamaka. Now to Pankinen, bounce pass inside. Uhana Ochan. Kick out, baseline drive. Tossed inside, Chris Carter on the defense down low. Loose ball down on the floor, and now another tie-up, this time Dakota State. will have the possession. Christian Carter got his hands on a couple of balls early on.
Yeah, great hustle there. Listen, we had the possession arrow started. Now it's back on our side. Chris Carter keeps ending up in a tie-up. I think it's good for Bellevue today.
4 new players on the floor for Dakota State, including Kenny Haynes, Myson Colton, and who am I missing? Somebody else.
Taylor Edwards.
Thank you.
No,
Josh Lewis
yeah, excuse me, I apologize.
will be the entry person here on this inbounds play. Dibimaka makes himself free. Nowhere to go onto the baseline. The shot just before the buzzer. It's off the mark. And the Bruins with fresh bodies on the floor for the home team as well. 5 fresh bodies.
Great job there by Raiden Groby to tip that ball out, give Bellevue a possession back. It almost came down to a Trojan with open arms.
Nigel Wilson, top of the key, looking for help. Instead, he'll take a step into the lane. Up off the back iron, no good. Myson Colton with the rebound. He's one of the guys that Lucas Gabriel said the Bruins have to watch out for because he's going to try to go coast to coast. He did that time, but came up empty. Bruins good defense.
Yeah, he did that in the last time they played here. Remember, he had that layup on the other side where he ended up touching one of the top banners on the other side here.
They say no basket, foul on the floor. McKeem Loudermill off the nice pass from Nigel Wilson. But they say nope, before the shot, first foul of the game.
It's first and team first on the Trojans.
Inbounds play for the Bruin. Here's Caleb Chang. Wilson back to Chang. Caleb launches for a three-pointer. He's nothing but net. Bruins up 8-3.
These guards for Bellevue were shooting lights out warm-up, and it's transitioned into the game. That's a good look for Lucas Gabriel.
Coylton, long-distance three-point attempt. No good. Caleb Chang with the uncontested rebound. And the Bruins trying to extend their 5-point lead.
He shot 19 shots in this game back in January. You want him to keep taking those well-contested, low-percentage shots.
Coylton gets the steal on that slow pass inside. Little spin move, having difficulty handling the basketball. Coylton off the pass inside, trying to maneuver, gets the help from the backboard and puts it in. Myson Coylton with his first basket of today's game. Jaden Phillips with the basketball. Bruins work around the perimeter into the hands of McKeem Loudermill. Now Caleb Chang. Lucas Gabriel wants the Bruins to reset the offense. Here's Raiden Groby down below us. Had a nice chat with both his parents and grandparents on hand here this afternoon.
Love the attendance today. Almost a sellout in the den.
Working inside. There's contact made. As McKeem Loudermill will head to the free throw line as he's hammered inside by Kenny Haynes. First personal against Haynes. The previous foul was against Uzo Dibimaka, so 2 Trojan players with 1 personal foul apiece.
It could have been against Coylton, too. I don't think the officials knew who to give it to. They just pointed the closest Trojan. You got to love what Bellevue's doing right now. They're trading 3s for 2s with this Trojan team, and that's going to work out well on the scoreboard.
Loudermill to the free throw line. The senior from Falcon, Arkansas, makes the first. He's a 75% free throw shooter, averaging around 7 points per game. Checking into the game for the Trojans, Calvin Payne, Melbourne, Australia, his hometown.
Got a chance to catch up with McKeem on my radio show this week. He said he's really excited about life after basketball after they get this championship, he said. So we'll see if he delivers in a big way today.
Bruins hoping their season continues into the month of March and a long run in that month as well. 10-5 our score, 15.5 minutes remain in the first half. Here's Myson Coylton working against Nigel Wilson. An acrobatic move over the back shoulder for the second basket for Coylton.
Yeah, he's got 4 points on 4 shots. I mean, you got to keep that number where it is. You got to contest those shots. Let him take what if he's going to come in and give you a low percentage shot.
Caleb Chang made a three-pointer on his first shot off the mark on this one as Coylton cleans the glass. Coylton, the quick release shot, that's no good. Again, good defense by Wilson to deny an easy path to the basket. Here's Jerome Bynum.
Nigel just trailed him perfectly there.
Phillips to Loudermill. And that's a turnover against the Bruins as Phillips and Loudermill couldn't make the connection down there.
McKeem wasn't ready for that pass. He was going to try to trail and get the rebound. Wasn't looking for the ball. I was surprised it ended up in his hands.
Again, change of personnel for the Bruins.
Thompson and Vincent.
10-7 our score, 14-47 and going. The winner of today's semifinal will take on the winner of the Dickinson State and Mayville State game. That doesn't start until 3 o'clock this afternoon, so at the end of our broadcast, we still won't know who will be the semifinal opponent next Sunday for the championship. Drive down into the lane by Gill. Pass to the outside. Shot off the mark on the attempt from Payne. Whistle blows in the battle for the rebound.
Coming against the Bruins.
Christian Carter will pick up his first personal foul. First team foul of the afternoon for the Bruins.
I think the reason you've seen the starting five come back in here is because Dakota State's on a 6-2 run right now. Bellevue needs an offensive spark.
Inbounds play triggered in by Japjit Gill. Back to the top of the key. The Trojans reset their offense with the fresh 22nd shot. Good ball movement. Now the drive inside. Good help by Liam Thompson to come over. But somehow through the double team, Kenny Haynes able to get it to go down. A 1-point Bruin lead.
8-2 run here by Dakota State. You got to get a basket here for Bellevue. It's a game of runs. You got to start yours now.
Emar Vincent to TJ Fritz. Fritz working around the screen by Vincent. Now to Liam Thompson. Open look for Raiden Groby in the corner. He'll pass that one up. Drive in the lane. Shot inside. They'll say no. A foul called inside. Illegal screen.
Yeah, Liam kind of gave a forearm shiver to his guy down low.
Thompson picks up his first personal foul. Both teams now with 2 team fouls in this first half.
That's 6 possessions for Bellevue without a basket. You've got to get a bucket here soon.
Dakota State back on offense behind the dribble of Gill. Mismatch inside. Gill finds the cutter to the basket. That's Johanna Ochen. He'll make the basket and go to the free throw line with the and one. Nice thread the needle pass by Japjit Gill to get that started.
Third and check it in.
Raiden Groby picks up his first personal foul. Now 3 fouls against Bellevue. As back into the game comes Emmanuel Akpan for Dakota State. First lead of the afternoon for the Trojans, 11-10. Bruins need to get off that 10-point mark. Whistle blows from the outside on the battle for the rebound, and that's going to be a foul against Emar Vincent.
Raiden was as confused as I was. I don't know what the officials saw there on the foul. Raiden actually ran past his guy. And
they're going to say lane violation. Emar in the lane too.
No, I meant on the original foul to lead to the shot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was. He ran past the guy and didn't even touch him, so I don't know what they saw. They got a better view than I do.
Now 12-10 our score after the second made free throw attempt. Here's Christian Carter over to the Trojan bench looking inside. Liam Thompson feeds to Emar Vincent. Emar with the catch, the gather, the shot. Shot won't go down. The rebound brought down by Johanna Ochen.
Yeah, Emar needs some help there. You need somebody else to come out box out Ochen there in that situation.
Gill able to keep his pivot foot as he gets the pass off to a teammate. Now in the lane comes Lewis working against Groby. Pass inside. Nice assist by Josh Lewis to Emmanuel Akpan. And the Trojans continuing their run, now up by 4.
Akpan got a little bit of a dribble there. He just got caught off balance, travel, and was able to get his foot back down before the official saw it.
9-0 run for the Trojans. Bruins need a bucket. Christian Carter working around the screen by Emar. Into the lane. Passes up the shot from about 7 or 8 feet. Kicks it out. Shot clock down to 5.
Emar's got to get rid of the ball here. There you go.
Here's Carter. Loses the ball going up, but they're going to say he's fouled on the act of shooting. So Carter will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Number 1, Didi Akmaki. His second. And team third.
Carter to the free throw line for the Bruins.
These shots are huge here. Christian's got to drill both of these.
75% free throw shooter on the season, averaging about 5.5 points per game. That one goes down, so the Bruins finally get off the snide there.
Thank goodness for gravity, because that one flirted popping out.
Fresh crew of Bruins on the floor. Chang waits. If Carter makes a free throw, he'll sub in. If not, Christian will stay in for a little while longer.
Yeah, you want to see him get an open look here, too. He was hitting lights out before the game. You want to see him get involved back in this offense.
Shot up, shot in. 2 for 2 from the line. And Caleb Chang will step in for Chris Carter. 2-point game, 12:24 to go in the first half of this semifinal action to see who plays next Sunday against the winner of Dickinson and Mayville.
Press is on here by Bellevue, trying to create some points off of turnovers, maybe get some offense off of defense here.
Manuel Akban passes up. Now he gets the dribble. The pass over to Gill. Here's Pankinen. Back to Gill. Quick movement inside by the Trojans. Tucked front of the rim and down. Basket by Johanna Ochen.
We've seen the Trojans run that same exact play in warm-ups. They weren't missing. They didn't miss there either.
Trojans have been impressive with their ball movement early on the first half. Here's Makeem Loudermill to the basket. Won't go down, but he'll go to the line for free throws.
That's something to watch on the defensive side for Bellevue. They like to roam around the elbow of the free throw line. Maybe stick a guy like Nigel Wilson out there and just let him just stand and be disruptive.
Makeem was 2 for 2 from the line just moments ago. He'll get 2 more here. Makeem and Jerome Bynum honored last week on Senior Day. Their final regular season contest. He hoped the tournament run goes long for the Bruins. Now 3 for 3 from the line for Loudermill.
Yeah, not made field goals here, but getting to the line and making free throws is huge, especially when your offense is a little stagnant right now for Bellevue.
Make it 4 for 4 for the Bruins.
Press back on here by Lucas Gabriel's team. Caused a little bit of disruption there. Got Makeem Loudermill on a guy who doesn't normally handle a ball, and Dizigami here too.
Drive to the basket on the right side, cut off by the backside help. Akban, awkward shot inside, Nigel Wilson. And Nigel's going to be called for the foul. He had a couple of Trojans over his back as he cleared the ball. The official said he threw an elbow. Lucas Gabriel pleading the case for his team, trying to fight off 2 defenders.
He's got a case too. Akban was arm barring him and held his arm as he went down to the ground and everything.
Here's Pankinen to the top of the key on the pass.
And then the Trojans just got away with a moving screen as well.
Trying to work inside the behind the back dribble. That should be a double dribble, and it is. A call from the outside as the turnover against Japjit Gill.
That's just the problem that Bellevue presents with their length and their size. I mean, you think you have room one way, and then a guy like Nigel Wilson, his wingspan just gets in the way, and you have nowhere to go.
Bellevue shooting 43% from the floor thus far, 54% for the Trojans. They're up by 2.
Would love to see a Jerome Bynum scoop layup here, maybe create some offense in a high percentage shot.
Kick out to Caleb Chang. 3-pointer on the way and down. Caleb Chang gives the lead back to the home team, 17-16.
But 3 is more than 2, so I'll take that shot too.
The California native knocks it down. Here's Mason Carlton, loses possession of the basketball, winds up out of bounds. Tried to call timeout as he was sliding across the way, but no, it'll be a turnover.
I know we've only seen him one time this year, but his basketball IQ is so high. He knew exactly what he was doing when he went down to the ground and had about 2 inches to try to get that call, and he just couldn't get it.
4 turnovers against each team so far in the first 9+ minutes. Wilson at the high point to the corner. Chang, a little short on that 3-point attempt. The rebound brought down by Japjit Gill.
I think Nigel gave into the pressure of his teammates calling for the ball. He had an open look at the basket there.
Coylton out high. Looked like he was going to pass. Now drives in the lane, and his shot. And that's going to be a foul against Nigel Wilson. Nigel thought he was vertical on the play, but Coylton, again, a smart move to try to draw contact. He'll step to the free throw line.
I think that's still a smart play. Even though he gave up the foul, I mean, you know he's going to go up there. He's not. Meissen hasn't really been big about giving up and looking for assists here, so just stay disciplined and look for the shot.
First free throw off the mark. Coylton, a 67% free throw shooter on the season.
Nigel kind of shrugged his shoulders there after the miss to kind of tell the basketball god, see, I told you it wasn't a foul.
Bruins looking to come away with no or 1 points given up. 1 point as Coylton knocks that one down. He has 6 points, leading the Trojans.
Lockstep 17-17 here, almost at the halfway mark through the first half.
Jaden Phillips trying to work around the Wilson screen. Up and in. Nice job by Phillips to work himself open for his first basket on his first shot of today's game.
We've seen him go a little quiet here in the second half of this season. I want to see him get back involved in this offense. He can shoot from inside, he can shoot it from outside. He's a multi-tool player. Let him shoot the basketball.
Solid screen on the outside. Bruins forced into the switch down low. Now Phillips on Coylton. Good ball movement, opens up a look from the corner. Shot up and in.
Caleb Chang was about a half a centimeter away from getting a finger on that basketball. What an effort by him to get there to the other side.
Kenny Haynes knocked that one down for the basket, and the Trojans back up by 1. Over halfway through the first half, here's Nigel Wilson, a little shot up and in. The Bruins have the lead once again, 21-20.
Yeah,
Could be one of those games back and forth all the way through.
They keep leaving Nigel open at the elbow. I want to see him take advantage of that. Maybe
Traveling violation. Jaden Phillips with good defense forces the turnover against Gill. We are at the under 10-minute timeout. 9:24 remaining in the first half. It's the Bellevue Bruins 21, the Dakota State Trojans 20.
both teams shooting the ball really well right now. Bellevue 3 of 5 from outside the arc, while the Trojans just 2 of 4. Bellevue continues to shoot at 60% from outside. It could be a long day for these Trojans. The big difference is getting to the foul line right now. Bellevue is 6 of 6 from the free throw stripe. Dakota State is 2 of 3.
Couple of texts in the queue. Thanks for joining us today on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. The first one from Arizona. Go Bruins. Play hard and play smart. Get it, Nigel and team, from Deborah. Nigel's mom listening in sunny Arizona. Thanks for joining us today.
Deborah, your boy may be set for a big day today. They keep leaving him open like that. He's going to be able to take advantage and make him pay.
Our first Trojan text today comes from Dad, Reagan, and Lauren. Good luck, Trojans and coaches. Thanks for joining us today. And one more, Liam's grandparents are cheering loudly from Santa Barbara, California. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Keep it up.
Let's go Bruins, they say.
Hopefully it echoes here inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center.
Always fun to know where you guys are listening in. If you would like to join us today, once again, our text message number is 402-515-7654. Mick Krupski, Jimmy Allen bringing the broadcast to you today. Both teams hoping to extend their season into the month of March.
All 150 of you people currently watching on YouTube, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We got a really good one lined up. Listen, it's playoff basketball. What would you expect here? It's a one-point game. You got a home court advantage if you're Bellevue. You got to take advantage of your home rims here.
Both teams shooting in the mid-50s percentage from the floor.
Both Jerome Bynum and Caleb Chang out on the court right now. This is an interesting lineup here. Bellevue wants to keep getting these good looks at three.
There's a foul underneath. Calvin Payne trying to come over to help on the backside, but he got a hand on the wrist. And they'll say shooting foul? Yes, it is. Nigel Wilson to the line for two. Again, hi to Deborah listening in this afternoon.
A little bit of an adjustment for Coach Teague there. Nigel Wilson's had 3 really wide open looks at the basket. They got a little bit of backside help on him now.
New bodies on the floor for the Bruins. Raiden, Christian, Liam, and TJ. Emar Vincent awaits to check in for Nigel Wilson. If he makes this free throw, he does. So Nigel Wilson with 3 points so far today. Shaking the hand from the coaches as he heads to the bench for a little bit of a break. And again, the Bruins, a little light backcourt pressure, try to burn some time off the shot clock. Braden Pankinen passes over the top of it to Myson Coylton.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of that stop that coast-to-coast look for Myson Coylton, too. Put a little bit of a press on. Don't give him any easy runs at the basket.
Again, a double dribble. Official didn't call it. Coylton, another long three-point shot. That one is in, as he has some happy face with his teammates as he heads back to play defense.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem he poses, right? He's so good at getting to the rim that if you leave off him a little bit, play defense backside, he can make that shot happen.
TJ Fritz, three-point attempt, no good. Thompson tries to tip it out, but it winds up in the hands of Calvin Payne, and here comes Coylton. He'll give it off ahead to Haynes. Haynes, fadeaway jump shot. That one's too short. Fritz with the board. Carter brings it up.
Yeah, you want to see Bellevue slow it down here a little bit, set the offense, and run and get a look you want.
And a traveling violation. Christian took one step too many after he picked up his dribble.
Yeah, he was planning on getting rid of it to Liam Thompson there, and then he just had two blue jerseys clogged the line. He didn't know where to go with it.
Each team has 5 turnovers through the first 12 minutes of today's action.
Christian Carter's been so good defensively in this game. It's good to see him back in here, maybe get another turnover and some points off defense.
Trojans go back to their passing look outside the perimeter of the basketball.
Last time we saw this, we saw a shot from the right side of the elbow here. We'll see if it sets up again.
Backpan sets the screen.
There it is.
Good defense by Emar Vincent to step up to deny the look by Lewis. To the outside, shot clock down to 3. Shot up, off the mark. Liam Thompson picks up the rebound after the miss by Haynes.
Yeah, Chris Carter took a little bit of a shot in the eye there. We'll see if it affects him here on this possession.
Vincent, high post. Bruins trying to cut to free themselves. 2 on each side. Now to Liam Thompson, Groby, Vinson. Shot clock in single digits. Now Emar with a little flick of the wrist up over the rim and in. Emar with his second basket tonight.
Oche can do everything he can to try to play his feet and do the best he can. There's just no answer for that inside for big number 50 right now.
Another lead change as the Bruins back up on top by 1. Drive down the right side of the lane by Haynes. Switches hands up and in with the left hand.
Liam Thompson defended that perfectly. That's just as beautiful as a shot as you can get.
Sometimes you just have to tip your cap and give them the 2 points. Fritz and Vincent playing a little catch top of the key. Braden Groby, a 3-point look. Liam Thompson is there for the offensive rebound. He'll kick it back to the outside. Bruins will reset.
Would have loved to see Liam go back up there with that, but you know, when you get another, maybe an outside look here from TJ, may pay off.
Thompson's pass winds up in the bleachers, too tall for Vincent.
Back into the Trojans. Give me Amati.
Tell you what, the officials are calling it on both sides. They're letting this game get physical, and they're letting the guys play. You can't really complain about that.
Uzo Dibiamaka back in for the Trojans. Trojans lead by 1, 6.5 to go in half number 1.
Liam Thompson left the receipt out on the floor from the last possession.
Dakota State running some time off the shot clock, similar to what the Bruins often do. That shot no good from Dibiamaka, out of bounds off the hands of Chris Carter. So Dakota State will retain possession.
Yeah, Emar's got to be careful there. He may have fouled that 3-point shot. He's got to let the shot come to him and not get off his feet like that.
And Chris took another shot to the head.
Almost the same exact spot on the floor, too.
Backband against Vincent. Little flick with the right hand. It's up and in. Ohana Ochin with that basket.
And Emar with a little bit of shrug, like, Coach, I don't know what else I could have done. These Trojans are taking highly contested, low percentage shots right now. They're making them. But if you're Bellevue's defense, you just got to live with that. They're eventually going to miss.
Trojans had a hot hand in their opening round win against Viterbo, shooting over 50% for that game. And it's going to be a screen, illegal screen against Emar Vincent, trying to get an open look for TJ Fritz.
He kept his pivot foot down and turned to hand it off. I don't know how much of an illegal screen that was.
And again, Lucas Gabriel not happy with that call, working the ear of the official over near the bench.
Yeah, they literally let that same thing go the last 3 possessions.
Trojans back with their passing, dribbling game on the outside. Dibiamaka with it right now. To this near side, shot on its way from Akpan. That's no good. Thompson picks up another rebound. The Bruins down by 3. Trying to get points on this possession.
Great box out by Liam there, just controlling his guy and dictating where the ball went.
Foul called away from the basketball.
I say I went to get Akpan.
Number 20.
Kind of gave a little shove off to Braden Groby there.
Emmanuel Akpan picks up his second personal foul. Both teams with 6 team fouls, 5:08 to go, so we could be shooting some 1-and-1s here pretty quickly. Again, 5 fresh bodies on for the Bruins. Bynum, Wilson, Chang, Phillips, and Loudermill with the basketball.
Trojans guarding Nigel Wilson here a little closer.
Contact made on the defensive play by Myson Coylton. They say clean. Dakota State, open look for Dibiamaka. Won't go down. Battle for the board underneath. Couple of players tied up. Ball still loose. Now we'll get the whistle. Bellevue will have the possession arrow and the basketball.
What a great look by Braden Pumpkin in there just to kick it out and find the open guy. Drew 2 defenders to him.
Nigel Wilson may have slightly injured his left wrist as he's shaking it, walking down to back on the offensive end.
Yeah, he's grabbing at his thumb too. That's a bad combination.
Little mop duty for Shelby Little, another member of the Bellevue women's basketball squad.
Shelby, go ahead and mop over to Dave Denley. He's standing there. Put him back to work.
Here's Jerome Bynum down the right side. Loudermill trying to get it into Wilson. Contested down low by Coylton. Here's the spin move by Chang to Loudermill. McKeem in traffic. He takes one step too many. The turnover, give the ball back to the Trojans.
Yeah, he might have stepped out of bounds there too, even if he didn't pick up his back foot. That was probably going the other way either way.
Trojans have enjoyed this 3-point lead for the last minute or two.
A little bit of a change defensively here from the Trojans. They're not leaving that wide open elbow look anymore after McKee made him pay for it last time. So you got to find something different here for Lucas Gabriel.
Bellevue continues in their man-to-man defense. We've seen that all day long. That's the primary defense for the Bruins. Coilton on the switch inside against Phillips. That's an offensive foul against Mason Coilton.
Yeah, not only was it a charge, it was a travel too, so you could have called that either way.
Take your pick on that one.
He's so athletic, and so he can run to the rim so easily. He just gets a little caught up when he's congested. You got people on him. That's a great look for that 2-3 zone to drop in on him.
He's kind of a big body guy, but he's very athletic, very smooth, very agile.
Fast, yeah, absolutely.
Here's Chang. Bruins trying to close the three-point deficit. Inside, Coilton will get up another foul, this time on the defensive end.
I love how aggressive McKeem is being here. He knows his team's struggling from the floor. Let's just try to get to the rim.
McKeem back to the free throw line for his 5th free throw attempt. They'll say in the act of shooting, so 2 shots here. 18 fouls now against Dakota State.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mick. It says that Coilton has 2 here. I thought that would have been his 3rd. Maybe our scorebug has it wrong, or I could be remembering incorrectly.
I have Coilton with 2 personal fouls as well. Just both of them coming in the last 30 seconds or so. Hill head of the bench, subs in for Dakota State. 27-25 as McKeem makes the first free throw.
As Mason is over there still giving his case to the officials.
So a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line from Akeem Loudermill. All of his points coming from the free throw line. A little backcourt pressure again. Dibimiaka tries to force it down the floor. No good. Battling for the rebound inside. That second attempt is no good.
You got numbers. You
Here's Jerome Bynum down the floor. Contact made. That's going to be a blocking foul. And Jerome will head to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Defender tried to stay in front, but he slid to his right. That's going to go against Japjit Gill, his 2nd personal foul.
They may want to check on him. He hit his head pretty hard on the ground there. Bellevue the chance to extend their lead.
First free throw is good. 29-27. Bynum on defense against Gill all the way down that right side. Dakota State finding themselves down by 2 points after this little run by the Bruins.
It is.
Hey, nobody to pass to, might as well shoot it. Japjit Gill puts it down and a timeout called across the way from Darren Ty, the head coach of Dakota State, with 3:09 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 29.
You think this is playoff basketball?
Wow.
It is getting chippy down there on the court right now. We're seeing a lot of pushing even when guys don't have the basketball. Both these teams want this win today. They don't want their season to end right now.
These teams met twice in the regular season. Bellevue winning both of them. A 1-point win here at home, a 10-point win on the road in Madison. Bellevue leading the all-time series between these two schools, 22-6.
Both Caleb Chang and McKeem Loudermill lead this Bruins team in scoring now 6 points apiece. Doing it from opposite ends, though. Caleb's got 2 made three-pointers. McKeem Loudermill, as you said, getting to the basket, drawing fouls, and making it count.
Kenny Haynes and Ohana Ochin, 7 points apiece to lead the way for Dakota State. Mason Coilton has 8 points. He's on top. Those 2 guys right behind him. Nearing the 3-minute mark. Bellevue with the possession. We're tied 29-29. A ton of lead changes in this first half. Nigel Wilson can't get that one to go down. Rebound to Ochin.
Would have loved to see a catch and shoot there. Nigel had a really good look at the basket, but he put the ball on the ground one more time.
Gill trying to maneuver for space. Nothing available. Now Haynes and Gill back to him. Little floater in the lane. That one's no good, but the putback will count by Ohana Ochin. Nobody got a back against him, and he gets the offensive rebound and basket.
Just 2-point possession here. You got a lot of time on the shot clock. Kind of wind it down here. Run your offense. Get a good-looking shot that you can feel comfortable with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Trying to split the defense, going down that left side. Nothing available. Loudermill to Chang. Shot clock down to 5. Caleb in the lane, shot a little bit too short. Tipped off the hands of Dakota State into the Bruins. And a fresh 20. That one's blocked out of bounds. Good defense by Uzo Dibiamaka.
If officials may want to have a conversation with Dakota, with Dakota State sideline here. You got one of the assistant coaches in the blue shirt that is kind of like kicking out into the playing area.
That's head coach Darren Tide.
Is it? Okay,
yes.
Sorry. Yeah, I thought that was him right here. I apologize.
Christian Carter will trigger it in for the Bruins. Emar Vincent has it. Again, that muscle play inside. Emar loses it temporarily, gets it back, puts up the shot. It gets the friendly rolling down. 31-31.
He's perfect from that area on the floor today. You got to keep giving it to him there. Let him go to work. They can't stop it.
Both teams shooting just under 50% in this first half, despite the solid defense played by both teams.
Yeah.
Finding a way to get the basket, a whistle away from the basketball. That's going to go against Dakota State.
Braden Groby has been probing down low all day long, and Kenny Haynes is getting really frustrated.
Josh Lewis picks up that foul, his first. That's the 10th team foul. So the Bruins, for the remaining 1:29, if they get back to the free throw line, it'll be shooting 2.
Yeah.
Bellevue with 6 team fouls in the first half.
Lewis and Haynes with a little bit of switch there, and just Braden Groby being just a solid body guy outside just dictated that entire possession off the ball.
Groby thought about the 3 and said the bounce pass to Vincent. Emar trying to work inside. Again, difficulty with the basketball. Shot clock single digits. Groby to the basket. Shot no good. And Braden Pankinen comes away with the rebound. Shortest guy on the floor came away with the rebound, and it'll be free throws for him on the 1-and-1. Liam Thompson picks up his second foul.
The Bellevue huddle conveniently meets right at the free throw line. Braden Pankinen didn't move an inch, stood right there, waited for the ball.
1-and-1 situation for Pankinen. He's an 81% free throw shooter, and he misses the front end. Body's on the floor, battling for that rebound. Here comes the Bruins trying to get the lead back with under a minute to go.
Manuel Akpan kind of grabbing his hip there after he hit the deck. Got to keep an eye on that.
Good help defense by the Trojans. Vincent, a nice spin move off the glass. Emar Vincent, a pretty move, starting to his left and coming back to his right for the bucket.
That has been there all day. He's now 4 of 6 from the field. Give it to him down low and let him work.
Under 30 seconds to go. About a 6 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Into the hands of Emmanuel Akpan. Now to Uzo Dibimiaka. Works his way to the basket for the score. 33-33, clock running, 10 seconds. Bruins will get the last shot. Carter to Vincent, 5 seconds. TJ Fritz in traffic, has it blocked out of bounds. 1/10 of a second left. It'd be impossible to get the shot with 1/10 of a second, I believe.
Yeah, they may add some time back here. That should be about probably 0.7. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but
Up and in, and we are at halftime. What an exciting game. Battling in the North Star Athletic Association men's basketball semifinal.
Whoa, we got a little bit of a situation here.
Yeah, a little bit of contact over near the Trojans bench. Bruins heading back to their locker room. They have to go behind the bench. Some little bumping and shoving over there. The officials get there quickly.
TJ Fritz found himself in about the middle of 20 blue jerseys. Probably not where you want to be. I know you want to kind of show dominance on your home court and let them know, hey, listen, this is our floor and we're not going anywhere. But I don't know if you want to pick a fight with 20 guys.
Neither team giving an inch in that first 20 minutes, nor heading back to the locker room.
It has been exciting basketball here. If you're a Bellevue fan right now, Emar Vincent 4 of 6 from the field with 8 points. If you're a little cautious about something, TJ Fritz right now is just 1 of 2 shooting the basketball. He needs to be more involved in the second half.
Dakota State has really been blanketing him on defense. He hasn't had much of an open look from anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and Myson Coylton and Japjit Gill, 2 guys that you really need to be the catalyst this offense. Both have 2 fouls. That's something to keep an eye on going forward.
Not a lot of timeouts in today's game. We've got a ton of emails or texts, so let's get to them before we take our halftime break. Fun game. Go Trojans from Buddy and the gang listening up in Minnesota. The Gopher State. Buddy, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, they got a big one today, too, with Nebraska. So good luck to Nebraska and Minnesota in that game.
Tuning in from southwestern Indiana, I was a high school teammate of Coach Geiser. Let's go Bruins from Rusty Levings. All right, glad you're with us. Coach Nate Geiser on the Bellevue bench. Thanks, Rusty, for joining us. We've enjoyed listening to your sports broadcasts, having the opportunity to watch our grandson TJ Fritz on the rest of the Bruins. That's from Larry and Sandy Weimers in Clay Center, Kansas.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we love it when grandparents listen in as well as moms and dads. Let's go, Nigel, from your Nana, your sister Nylia, and Dad Brian watching in Tucson. Bear down Bruins. Nice play on words there from the Wilsons.
Nana, feel free to send some of that warm weather this way. We'll take it. It's about 50 out today, but it could get warmer.
We're glad you're listening on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. And if you would like to send along your greetings this afternoon, text message number 402-515-7654. Let's sum up the first half before we take our break.
If you're a Bellevue fan, this is good news for you. Kind of the same story as last time. Myson Coylton has been the ignition to this offense. He does have 8 points right now, which may not look great, but he has it on 6 shots. So he's been taking well-contested, low-percentage shots, and you love that if you're Lucas Gabriel in this defense.
Trojan shooting 50%, Bellevue shooting 45%. Both teams have made 3 3-point field goals. 20 minutes of exciting action coming up in a little bit. We're going to take our little halftime break. Don't go away. Come on back for more basketball. Semifinal action in the North Star Athletic Association. We'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes. Both teams heading back out onto the floor after their locker room break, talking with their coaching staff. Let's give our coaches salute for the home team Bruins. Lucas Gabriel, now in his 5th year at the helm of the Bruin program. Associate head coach Nate Geiser and first-year assistant coach Aaron Havis. They're the trio of brains behind the Bruins this year. For the Dakota State Trojans, Darren Ty, his first year at Dakota State after a 5 or 6 year career at Mayville State in the North Star. His assistant coaches are Dalton Kleinschmidt and Damian Luna. So thanks to all those guys for their work for both teams throughout the course of this 2023-24 season.
And I did see when Coach Ty was walking off the floor, the officials did kind of stop him and tell him how far he had to be back. So that is something to watch for, because and in the latter part of that second half there, he was almost out on the court and directed traffic.
There is that painted line over there by the bench. That is the coach's box. That's where you're supposed to stay, but 90% of the time you see coaches journeying a farther distance.
He was closer to the painted line that represents where a three-point shot can be taken from than that line. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, though. You got a tie ball game right now, 33-33. Both teams shooting around 50% from the field. Statistics say something's got to give there, so it'll be interesting to see who can take advantage of it. Signs that first half would point to Bellevue. They were taking less contested shots from closer range of the basket, with Emar Vincent just kind of dominating inside with his presence and his big body, taking advantage of the size that he has. It'll be interesting to see if that continues, and it's something Lucas Gabriel goes to early here.
In that first half, Dakota State with 4 more made baskets, 14-10 for the Bruins on 6 more shots. Both teams with 3 3-pointers made. Bellevue doing a good job at the free throw line. 10 out of 11, only 2 out of 4 for Dakota State. Turnovers, 9 against Bellevue, 7 against Dakota State. The Bruins are winning the rebounding battle, 15-12. Let's see how this second half unfolds as the teams get back onto the floor. Stretching it, getting ready to go for the final 20 minutes to see who continues on to next Sunday's championship game.
Yeah, the good news about those 9 turnovers for Bellevue is a lot of them came from probably needed fouls, good fouls, preventing probably easy baskets or bad turnovers. And if you're a Bellevue fan, you know you can clean that stuff up, maybe get things headed right back in the right direction.
Again, Bellevue, the #1 seed, the conference regular season champion. They had a bye last Wednesday. Dakota State advanced to today's game with an 85-61 win over Viterbo. In the other half of the bracket, Dickinson State beat Waldorf 77-67 in the opening round, and Mayville State defeated Valley City 82-68. So Dickinson State against Mayville later this afternoon, and right now Bellevue and Dakota State getting ready to get back at it. 33-33 our score on a very tightly contested first half of action.
We saw get a little chippy there at the end of TJ Fritz kind of standing in the middle of the Trojans huddle. He made it a point, him and Jaden Phillips both walked right through the Trojan lineup, coming back out of the locker room as well.
In that first half, we had 5 ties and 11 lead changes. So that'll give you, again, an idea of how tightly contested, how close the first half was. Let's see what happens in the second half. Bruins on defense, Trojans with the opening possession.
Jerome Bynum just yawned. How can you not be excited about this game? Come on, young man. We got a lot of basketball left to play here.
Javjit Gill with the basketball. He'll put up the first shot of the second half. It's short, no good. Christian Carter with the rebound. The Bruins with their first second half chance.
He has taken some shots today. He slammed his head on this side of the court earlier. He slid into the bleachers down here right in front of us. And hey, they want to get him checked on. He's grabbing at his face and his head.
Jerome Bynum, the spin move inside, denied a closer look out to TJ Fritz. Emar Vincent now as the Bruins have the shot clock, get into single digits. Bynum, a 3-point attempt. Jerome knocks it down. Jerome Bynum, his 6 points now for the Bruins on on the made free throws.
You know what I like?
Pointer.
Go ahead and yawn as much as you want.
Bruins back on defense, continuing in the man-to-man. Perimeter passing. Here's Pankinen. Picks up his dribble. Now entry pass inside. Emar Vincent coming over on the defensive help to deny a shot inside.
Yeah, Emar just
by Johan Ochan.
Oche just gave him a knee to the thigh, too. Emar could have grabbed at his leg there. That was a tough shot. Who said basketball's not a contact sport?
maybe back in the early 1900s when they put up the peach basket. Nice entry pass from Liam Thompson to Emar Vinson. The Bruins with the first 2 baskets of the second half.
Great start for Bellevue here. You're off to a 5-0 run to start the second half.
Darren Ty across the way doesn't like the way the second half has gotten started, so he'll ask for a timeout with 18:36 remaining in the game. The Bellevue Bruins 38, the Dakota State Trojans 33.
Yeah, this may be an attempt to try to get Chapchik Gill out here too. He's taken 2 big shots today in this game. He's been kind of wincing and grabbing at his forehead kind of since he slid into the bleachers over here.
A rough and physical semifinal matchup in the North Star Athletic Association. Just to give you a quick look ahead, the championship game for the automatic bid to the NAIA National Tournament, that will take place next Sunday, March 3rd. Bruins hoping it'll be right back here at the Lozier Center.
That's right. It's not too early to get your tickets.
That's right.
We got a 5-point lead here, 18:36 to go. Expect to be here and be loud next weekend.
The opening round of the NAIA tournament, March 15th and 16th. The finals in Kansas City, March 21st through the 26th. Pinkinen, pull-up jump shot from the elbow. That one's off the mark. The putback, no good. The second attempt is no good. TJ Fritz finally comes away with it.
Coach Ty appreciates his point guard. I have not seen him make a bad decision to take a bad shot yet today. He's got a high-level basketball IQ.
Bruins trying to extend their 5-0 start to this half. Here's Christian Carter in the lane, loses the handle of the basketball. Still loose on the floor. Over the top comes Akban down the floor, no good, an awkward shot. Emar Vinson winds up on the floor. Christian Carter against a triple team has it blocked out of bounds. It'll stay Bellevue basketball. A little fast and furious.
What a great job by Emmanuel Akban there. He just tailed long enough to get his hand on the basketball and not commit a foul with enough space. Great play, heads-up play by the senior from Eagle Lake, Minnesota.
25 seconds remaining on that initial shot clock for the Bruins. Here's Emar Vinson working against Myson Coylton. Couple of strong, big body and agile guys. Emar still with the basketball.
Myson is keeping his distance too. What a great job of him.
Bynum made a 3-pointer from near there. That shot is off the mark. Coylton with the rebound. Ahead and out of bounds. Chris Carter was standing on the baseline. It'll be Dakota State basketball. A foot race to get to that one.
A couple of the volleyball players here from Bellevue just saw their lives flash before their eyes.
200-pound plus guys winding up coming into your lap, so
that's something to watch going forward on the defensive side. That Myson Coylton has been asked to guard Emar Vinson after Vinson had such success in the first half. It'll be interesting to see if that kind of heavyweight fight continues.
Braden Groby checks back in for the Bruins. On the dribble is Josh Lewis. They'll reset it, top of the key. Lewis once again with the basketball. Shot clock halfway through. Lewis working against Carter. Spin move inside. A couple of touches on the rim, and Lewis gets it able to go down.
Christian was guarding Myson before that and was kind of banging down low, big body on big body, and then forgot that he was covering a point guard there.
So the Bruins 5-0 start to the half comes to an end. Still a 3-point lead for the Bruins. Here's Carter into Thompson. Now Groby over near the Bruin bench. Vincent, shot clock single digits, stripped away again. Lucas Gabriel adamant that the foul was missed on that one. That one goes off the thigh of Coylton, so fast and furious, but a little bit sloppy for both teams here over the last minute or two.
Emar took a left hook to the face. Like, not an actually thrown punch, but the way the dribble was happening, it was the equivalent of one. He's shaking up a little bit. I am surprised that wasn't a foul.
4 new guys on the floor for the Bruins, including Jerome Bynum, Caleb Chang, Jaden Phillips, Nigel Wilson, and McKeem Loudermill.
They may want to go check on him. He's trying to shake the cobwebs off. He looks like he's feeling it a little bit.
Little backcourt pressure. Bynum to Chang to avoid it. Working off the screen behind Wilson. Jerome. Now to Phillips. 20 seconds have gone by on the shot clock. Chang spin move. Working around Lewis, runs out of room, and he steps on the baseline. So strong defense by Dakota State. That time down forces the turnover. That's the 12th turnover against Bellevue. Only 8 for Dakota State.
It's too bad Caleb couldn't get a handle on that. Jaden Phillips was standing by himself over in the corner, and that's about as good of a look as you're going to get.
Lewis across the timeline. Bynum cuts him off. Anything further? Top of the key to Haynes. Haynes working around Phillips. Wilson there to defend. Jaden with the steal.
He did such a good job of pacing his feet out there and just creating space on the floor. That turnover was all on him.
Phillips over the top pass to Chang. Caleb gets his feet back underneath him. Into Wilson. Bruins again working some time off the clock. Bynum in traffic, has his shot blocked inside. Loudermill has it, but has his pocket picked. Quickly up the floor comes Josh Lewis. A foul's going to be called. Will they say on the floor? I believe so.
Number 4.
Caleb Chang picks up his first personal foul. First team foul of the second half. Back into the game comes Japjit Gill for Dakota State. He'll be the trigger man on the inbounds play.
Jerome was trying to get that to Nigel Wilson on that last possession. Wasn't expecting a blue jersey to be standing there when he tried handing it off.
Bruins doing a good job rebounding, a 21-14 advantage. A timeout called by Dakota State as they were having difficulty with the basketball. It was Johanna Ochin was down there like there was an egg underneath him he was trying to hatch.
He couldn't do that again if he tried. I mean, it was about the best way you could protect the basketball, I guess, but I don't think he intentionally meant to sit on top of it.
Bellevue has not yet taken a timeout in today's game. They have all 6 remaining. Trojans have taken 3. They still have 3 in the pocket. 15:23 remaining in the game. Bellevue 38. Dakota State 35.
If you're Lucas Gabriel here, you're talking about trying to create a turnover here and get a good shot, figure out what you're doing offensively, because you had 2 stagnant possessions there. You got to get a basket here and get this offense flowing. If you're both teams, really.
Bellevue averages 70 points per game. Dakota State averages 75. At this point, we're going to have probably a score lower than those season averages, but you never know. We've seen some hot streaks. We've seen some cold streaks during the course of today's contest and throughout the course of the season as well. That's just kind of the nature of basketball.
The postseason defense starts to dial up just a little bit more here. It's really important of this next 15-23 to kind of keep your defensive prowess and not foul here.
Picking up on that point, both teams shooting 44% on the game. It was above 50% early on, but now the defense is starting to be a little bit more effective. Gill on the drive inside, the kick out pass, shot on its way, misses everything, tipped out. Shot clock continues to run down. That 3-point shot is no good. Jerome Bynum doing a nice job blocking out the Dakota State Trojan player as Makeem Loudermill comes over to pick up the ball.
Yeah, he gives up about 4 inches to Oche, but it wasn't giving him up there.
Neither team has scored for a couple of minutes. 38-35. 5-2 score for this second half through the first 5 minutes. Inside, Makeem Loudermill off the glass, no good. Nigel Wilson with a nice job picking up the offensive rebound.
There you go. Just reset the offense. Lucas Gabriel telling Jerome Bynum, slow it down. We're running 2 here. Getting your set.
6th offensive rebound of the afternoon for the Bruins. Working inside to Makeem. And there's going to be a grab on the inside. Couple of number 5s battling each other. Josh Lewis, number 5, will pick up his 2nd personal foul. Yeah, first team foul.
Lucas Gabriel likes something about Makeem Loudermill down low right now. That's the 2nd play he's called. I got number 5 in an ISO situation under the hoop.
Phillips to Loudermill. Makeem has difficulty with the basketball. Still loose on the floor. Now we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow points to the Bruins. Well, Makeem lost it, but then battled to get it back. And on the tie-up, Bellevue will have it once again. Q Shelby.
And she gets a round of applause from the den here at the Gordon Lisher Athletic Center.
Thanks again to Kaylee and Zakiah, her teammates, behind the scenes here, working the camera and the board for today's action. Thanks, ladies.
Because Mick's being lazy today, doesn't feel like doing it himself.
3 things at once. That's always fun.
That's right.
Here's Wilson. One-on-one battle inside. He'll get it back outside. Shot clock down to 4. Bynum for 3. Jerome, a contested 3-pointer. Jerome Bynum, his 2nd trade. 8 points in total for Jerome.
Yeah, totally got fouled there too. What a great strength by Jerome and composure to not be hesitated by the physicality there.
Nice bounce pass inside from Josh Lewis to Ohana Ochin. 41-37, 7-point lead for the Bruins.
Yeah, Bellevue's bigs are doing such a good job of closing in on the rim that they got to be careful, make sure they're not giving up that weak side bucket.
Foul on the floor again. Loudermill getting the work inside. As you pointed out, he's become a focus of the Bruins offense in this second half.
Great job by McKean there to kind of keep his composure and not dribble it out of bounds, too, because he only about 4 inches there to work with.
Along with number 20.
3 bodies back in for Dakota State, including Akpan, Coylton, and Penkinen. McKean to Nigel. Nigel against Coylton. Nigel, a little fadeaway. A little bit too short on the shot. Trying to run. Bruins back on defense. Calvin Payne with the basketball into the corner. Jaden Phillips knocks it away, but they say grab a little bit of the arm, contesting against Emmanuel Akban.
Yeah, I don't know what Jaden's arguing there. He got his whole wrist. So.
First personal against Phillips. Second team foul.
Jade, you can try all you want. I mean, appreciate the effort, but that was probably a foul.
Q5 fresh bodies on the floor for Bellevue. 20 seconds on the shot clock on this possession for Dakota State.
Yeah, Emar Vincent's back in the game, too, to go up against Mason Coylton. That was a great matchup here in the first few minutes of the second half. We'll see if it continues.
Kick out pass. Shot on the way from Japjit Gill. 3-pointer finds the hoop. The Trojans have come back to make it a 1-point game. Just under 13 minutes remaining to go. This has been a battle all the way along. That pass stolen away. Brady Penkinen gets the steal. Ahead to Gill against Fritz. TJ will commit the foul. A conventional 3-point opportunity for Dakota State. First personal against Fritz.
You got to appreciate TJ's effort there, but you got to know the situation. That's just an unnecessary foul.
Japjit Gill with the layup and now the free throw. Gill has 7 points on the afternoon.
That's just what Lucas Gabriel just told us, the point guard. Hey, you got to let that go.
One shot here. It's off the mark. Braden Groby tracks it down. And the Bruins, who gave up the lead, now want to get it right back. The 12th lead change of today's game. Liam Thompson from the elbow. Now drive inside. A little bit of acting on the floor, but it's an Academy Award as a foul will go against Liam Thompson. Credit Emmanuel Akpan with the defense/flop, or flop/defense, whichever way.
You get the award either way, Akpan. Good job. A little bit of a press back on here by Bellevue. See if they can kind of contain this shot clock here and try to get a turnover and make a point off of a mishap by these Trojans.
So it's been a half of little mini runs by both teams. Bruins had a 5-0 run to start the half. Now Dakota State on a 6-0 run here. Working inside, the shot off the mark. Good defense by the Bruins against Akpan.
Yeah, Liam Thompson just using the spacing on the floor to create that missed shot.
TJ Fritz as open a look as he's had all afternoon, and he drops that down from 3-point land. The Bruins back up on top by 2. Under 12 to go.
That's just his 3rd shot attempt of the day. He needs to be more involved in this offense.
Japjit Gill with a burst of speed around Groby for the basket. Hey, guess what? We're tied once again.
Emar Vincent got taken outside trying to keep on Coylton. That just opened up a wide open lane under the basket. Lucas Gabriel's got to account for that in this next possession. Liam Thompson, okay, I was going to say Liam Thompson is getting mugged under the basket right now.
Foul will go against Emmanuel Akpan. That's his 3rd personal foul, 3rd team foul against the Trojans.
Back in, number 5, Josh Lewis.
Josh Lewis back in for Dakota State. Inbounds play for the Bruins. Emar Vincent working against Mason Coylton. Emar has a step, contact made. The shot won't go down, but 2 free throws upcoming for the Bruins big man.
Yeah, and he was called for that basketball too. He wanted it. He wants his inside presence to be felt in the second half. He's got 10 points, 8 of those coming in the first half. He's been quiet here in the first 9 minutes.
Emar listed at 6'8". Mason Coylton listed at 6'2". I think he's a little taller than that, but still a height advantage for Emar. 2 free throws upcoming.
I think Emar might be taller than 6'8", too.
Yeah. Emar makes the first. Bruins great at the free throw line this afternoon. Until that point, sorry, announcers jinx. 11 out of 13 are the Bruins. A nice quick step to the basket by Uzo Dibamiaka.
We just learned that Mick's faster at math than I am.
Trojans back up by 1. Another lead change. We were talking during our halftime break, Jimmy and I. This could be a triple overtime contest here this afternoon, as close as it's been throughout. I think 5 points was the largest lead for either team today.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun back and forth basketball.
Christian Carter, baseline drive, short on the shot. Cleared away by the Trojans, ahead to Coylton. Pass. Don't know if that's who it was intended to, but a bullet pass. Banged off the body of Emmanuel Akpan.
What was Amina Hall doing there? She just cowered for your basketball player. Catch the ball.
I wouldn't want to get in front of that one. That was coming in like a major league fastball.
I meant the ricochet off the back wall. She let her, whoever the neighbor to her left there is, get drilled right in the head.
10:45 and counting. A 1-point lead for Dakota State. 46-45 our score. Bruins back to work on offense. Jaden Phillips, Makeem Loudermill. Open look, Jerome Bynum. Three-pointer on the way. Jerome Bynum. Once again, his third three-pointer of the game.
Look at who you're getting your contributions from right now. Your seniors, Jerome Bynum and Makeem Loudermill, have really been the difference in this game offensively. Makeem at the free throw line for Bellevue, and then Jerome outside the perimeter.
Those two guys, very familiar, very experienced. They played their JUCO ball at Southern Arkansas Tech. Now together as the Bellevue Bruins. Another basket as the lane opens up. Jerome Bynum picks up his first personal foul on the play, so count the basket and a free throw upcoming.
I think they might have got the call right. I think that probably should have went against Nigel Wilson, because he had the foul at the rim, and Jerome Bynum was all the way over by the. Had a miss by the stats there.
The and free throw, that one's off the mark. Nigel Wilson has it slapped away, but the Bruins maintain the possession and head up the floor. It was 33-33 at halftime, now 48-48. Halfway through the second half, 10 minutes to go.
It's time to see who wants it more here. You got 10 minutes left to play in this game, and both teams have been pretty even keel on just about every stat.
10 seconds on the shot clock for Bellevue. Jerome Bynum feeling it. That one is off the mark and out of bounds.
I think Jerome lost this guy twice there. What a move by the senior from Chicago.
It's kind of fun watching Jerome and Josh Lewis go at it. They both oftentimes talking to each other, smiles on their face. A nice competition on the floor in that guard position.
Yeah, they've seen each other twice this season. They know and respect each other's game.
Trying to feed inside. The jam attempt, no good, however. Johanna Ochin had a look, couldn't finish.
Both head coaches looking a little frustrated right now. This isn't about style points right now. You got to win a basketball game.
Makeem Loudermill again working inside. Got the entry pass. He's fouled, so 2 free throws upcoming for Makeem.
Darren Teague was very frustrated by that possession from his offense.
Number 5, Loudermill shooting 2.
He's got some words for Braden Pokin in here, his point guard, about trying to get things right on the other side. That is not the look he wanted at the basket.
Here's Makeem, the Arkansas native. Dries his hands a little bit, first on the bottom of his shoes, then on his shorts. Now he's ready to go, eyeing the basket and basketball. It's good.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion. Okay, that's why. There was a little bit of confusion on the Trojan side. It didn't seem like anybody knew where they were supposed to be. Now we see a substitution come in, that's why.
Payne and Hayes back in the game.
Lucas Gabriel over there working the officials. He's been very upset by something.
Makeem Loudermill, a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. All of his points today from that free throw line. Lucas Gabriel calls his first time out of the game with 9:24 remaining in the contest. The Bellevue Bruins lead it by 2 points, 50-48.
Yeah, there was some exchange between the Trojan bench and the officials, and then the Bruins bench, the official, about a spot on the floor underneath this hoop on the left side here on the east side.
A couple of more texts in the queue. Hey, go Bruins from Taylor Pomeroy, showing love up in Portland, Oregon. Taylor, a member of the Bruins squad the last couple of years. Hope everything is going well for you, young man. Thanks for listening this afternoon. Go Bruins. Bruins from assistant coach Havis's grandparents listening in Oslo, Minnesota. You guys are always with us. We're glad you're here once again today. And good luck to another former Presentation Saints teammate and current opposing coach, assistant coach Aaron Havis and Damian Luma. Go Bruins from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Yeah, Presentation College, part of the North Star until they closed their doors last year. Glad to see these guys continuing their careers in the coaching ranks.
It's nice to see some silver lining out of a story like that.
Drive in the lane. Loudermill denies a look inside by Payne. Trojans take it back outside. This time it's Josh Lewis on the drive. Feeds it. No good on the shot. Too short by Ochin. And the Bruins come away with the basketball.
Josh Lewis thought he was going to have an easy basket there. That tip almost hit the rim.
Sometimes you're too open and you kind of pull it up a little bit too short.
You know, and they say better lucky than good sometimes as well.
8.5 to go in today's contest. Who gets to play another week? Great move by McKeem. Loudermill with the dribble and basket off the board.
That's his first field goal of the game, but he's got 12 points. It's going to be, 10 points. It's going to be something we see them go back to here pretty often. That was the call out of the timeout for Lucas Gabriel. He wants number 5 involved in this offense today.
Josh Lewis outside the perimeter. He'll give it off to Brady Pankinen. Pankinen, left-handed shot. That one misses everything.
Jerome Bynum gets a reception on the score sheet today.
Bruins a chance to open up their biggest lead of the afternoon. McKeem Loudermill inside to Nigel Wilson. Wilson has it back to Loudermill. Bruins take it back outside. Here's Jaden Phillips. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bruins burning some time off the clock. Hunting for a good shot here. Bynum with the shot off the glass. It won't go down.
He wanted that one. He was so frustrated when that rolled off the front end. That would have been a huge basket, a 6-point lead with a chance for 7, but now he'll be heading to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Bynum this afternoon with 12 points, including 3 3-pointers. He'll toe the line here.
That's 6 fouls against these Trojans, too. That's something to watch going forward.
Jerome, one of the best free throw shooters for the Bruins at 81%. Like I said.
Correctly stated. He's 2 for 2 today.
Coylton and Gill back in for Dakota State. Carter in for Bellevue. The Chicago native second free throw. Yeah, that one bounces away. Bruins up by 5. That matches their lead, largest lead of the afternoon.
Mason Coylton with 3 fouls on a big number 32 is a difference maker for these Trojans. That's something to watch going forward.
Head fake, drive to the basket. Christian Carter gets there to deny the shot inside. Chris will pick up the foul.
I don't know how much else he could have done there, though. That was pretty good defense.
Groby and Thompson back in for size disadvantage for Christian there, but he picks up his second foul. Bellevue with 16 fouls. Dakota State with 16 fouls. Shot no good.
This game is
Kenny Hayes just basically put his head down and drove. Jaden Phillips trying to look inside. Wilson is wide open for a second. And then a good help defense by Calvin Payne to get there.
Jaden's got to be a little careful there. He almost picked up that back foot and almost gave the ball away.
Back in comes Emmanuel Akpan.
5-point game here. A basket would be huge for Bellevue. 7-10 to play in this one.
Wilson trying to work inside. Gets the step around. The shot up, no good. It's off the mark, but Mason Coylton will pick up his 4th personal foul.
That's 4, and that's why we're seeing McKeem Loudermill get the ball down low. They want to keep it. They want to keep it around number 32 and draw some fouls to get him off the court.
He'll stay in the game with just over 7 minutes remaining. Here's Wilson to the line. Off the back of the rim, no good.
He rushed that a little bit. I want to see him take his time here.
Nigel with 3 points on the game. Averages 9.5 on the season. That one is good. The Bruins have a 6-point lead. Emar Vincent checks back in, replacing Nigel Wilson.
A lot of frustration from Mason Coylton walking to the other side of the court right now. He knows he's on. He knows he's being watched and being targeted, and he's got to be a little more careful defensively, and that is not his game.
You didn't see it on camera, but when Emar and Meissen saw each other when he came back in. Just a little nod of the head, like, okay, here we go.
It's time to go back to work.
Japjit Gill with the shot. Up and in. Almost lost the handle. Was able to get it back and put it in. Dropping the lead to 4 points. Timeout called by Dakota State with 6:47.
Liam Thompson's really frustrated with himself. His foot slipped out, and he probably could have had a hand on that shot, but his foot just kind of slipped out from underneath him. He's really upset walking over to the bench. 4-point game, 6:47 to play here. It's win or go home time.
2 more texts in the queue here. Let's keep working, Bruins. Free throws can win games. That's from the Kaisers in Oklahoma, Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Nate Geiser's family listening in once again. And come on, Bruins, get in the paint, be aggressive, play smart, and play hard. That's from Jaden's grandmother. We love and miss you, Jaden. Thanks for sending along those great words this afternoon.
Got to be a lot of frustration setting in on that Trojans bench right now. You've only attempted 6 free throws in this game compared to Bellevue, who's shot 19. They're shooting almost 80% from charity stripe.
Both teams shooting 46% from the floor. Bellevue with 7 3-pointers made to 4 for Dakota State. The Bruins 15 out of 19, as you mentioned, from the line. 2 out of 6 for the Trojans.
Yeah, look for Bellevue to pound it in low here again. You got 2 big bodies on the floor, and Emar Vincent and Jaden Phillips. That's not really Jaden's game, but he may take a off-ball screen here down to the rim and try to draw some attention at the hoop.
Liam Thompson gets the handoff. Now Emar Vincent. Bruins will run some time off the clock here. They're very patient pattern on offense. Dakota State trying to deny any kind of easy ball handling.
Yeah, absolutely no reason to rush anything here.
Swatted away on the inside. Ball on the floor. Winds up in the hands of Brady Penkinen. From the corner, 3-point look. That one won't go down, but the offensive rebound put back up and in.
Not sure how Akpan came down. That is between 3 white jerseys there. That's not a good look for Lucas Gabriel right now.
Just able to get his body in between the Bruins for the putback. So they missed the 3-pointer from the outside on the attempt by Payne. But now Akpan will have a chance the old-fashioned way here with this free throw. 54-52. Bruins up by 2 with 6:13 to go. And he'll get the free throw to fall. Emmanuel Akpan with 5 points on the game.
Just the 7th free throw of the game for these Trojans. 6 minutes to play in the game. 1-point game, though. They've been able to keep it close despite not getting calls to get to this charity stripe.
Bruins back to work. Carter looks inside. Nigel Wilson, the good feed. Nigel with a good angle off the glass. Ochan just a little tardy. Couldn't get there in time.
Actually, I think he got there, and I think his deflection helped that ball go in. Maybe give him an assist.
Back to a 3-point lead. Japjit Gill at the top of the key.
He's been dangerous off the dribble. I don't know if you want him taking that shot.
Drive into the lane. Nigel Wilson gets up in the air, but a nice job to wait by Ochan, and he'll score the basket. 5.5 and counting. Bruins back up by 1, 56-55. A 1-point game earlier this year here. A 10-point win for the Bruins on the road on the second meeting.
Probably going to get deep in the shot clock here and look for a shot under the basket.
Wilson inside. Little baby hook, no good. A whistle blows from the outside. Foul will go against
teammate. It's going to go against
Uhada Ochan, sorry. That's just his first personal foul, but it'll send Nigel Wilson back to the free throw line. Wilson 2 for 4 from the stripe today.
Bellevue shooting its 20th free throw of this game.
Shooting 2.
That first one is good once again. A 2-point lead. Coylton and Dibamiaka back in.
For the Trojan.
Shoe tying situation. Make them nice and tight here for 5:03 remaining in the game. Nigel Wilson collects 2 free throws for the Bruin cause.
Little wardrobe malfunction on the court. It's all right.
Nigel with 8 points. Japchit Gill with the basketball, hounded by Jerome Bynum, trying to work off the screen by Coylton.
Yeah, Coylton making sure to show his hand, saying this isn't a moving screen. I know this foul situation, man. Got to be cognizant of what's going on here.
Double team on Coylton. That means somebody on the Dakota State roster has to be open, and there's the delivery from Coylton to Akpan for the basket.
He's just so athletic and can make that look so effortlessly. Great triple team, found an open guy.
1 point lead for the Bruins. Every possession critical for both teams. Bynum picks up his dribble. And there's going to be a traveling violation. Jerome kind of got in a bad spot. He was in the lane, so 3-second clock was shown, but no Bruins able to get there.
Lucas Gabriel yelling move, trying to get somebody to move off the ball to help out his point guard there. Just couldn't do it in time.
Well, the turnover, still a 1 point game, Bruins advantage. 17 turnovers against the Bruins. Bellevue has been very good handling the basketball. 17 turnovers, one of their largest totals in quite a while.
That's the biggest head scratch of this game. 20 free throws, but that many turnovers in the game. Those two things usually don't correlate.
Mason Carlton tries to work inside, draws a double team once again. The kick out pass to Dibiamaka, and Uzo will knock that one down. The Trojans on top, 60-58.
He may not be beating you right now, but Mason Carlton is beating you with his assist game right now. Back-to-back possessions, he gives up an extra pass, and then quite so a basket.
That's the 16th lead change of today's game. Nigel Wilson in the lane, pulls it up, tipped away. Dibiamaka down the floor, and he'll put it in. Timeout call by head coach Lucas Gabriel as the Bruins with a couple of critical turnovers. 3:27 remaining. The Trojans up by 4 at 62-58.
8-2 run by the Trojans there. You got to be a little more patient here. Maybe give Akeem Loudermill back in this game and let him go to work back into the basket. That was the difference for the first part of the second half. He only got 3.5 more minutes to play here. You got to close this lead and kind of reel it back in a little bit.
Bruins maybe looked a little tentative on offense the last couple of times down. They pulled the ball up and then got in trouble as teammates couldn't shake themselves free from this tenacious Dakota State defense.
You're probably drawing up an offensive play here if you're Lucas Gabriel, but the other conversation has to be, hey, listen, we got to take Mason Coylton out of this game, but we can't let everybody else around him beat us. We got to be cognizant and stay with our guys, even when we're on weak side help.
Both teams shooting 50% from the floor in this second half. A low-scoring half, but the shots they take a pretty good percentage for both teams.
Yeah, both teams probably going to finish under their normal season total average, as it's just 62-58 with 3:27 to play. That's what happens when it gets buttoned up time and it's postseason basketball. Got to be more accountable, and right now Bellevue has not been on these last 4 possessions.
All right, timeout has concluded. Bellevue has 4 timeouts remaining, 2 for Dakota State. The Trojans will put on a little backcourt pressure. Yeah, Jerome Bynum frees himself, and he'll bring it up.
Great awareness there by Liam Thompson, who's coming back to give his point guard a little bit of help.
Emar Vincent on the right block. Spin, gather, another spin, off the glass, up and in. Emar Vincent has just been a fun work in progress throughout the course of this season. He has really come a long way since getting part of the Bellevue squad earlier this year.
Notice who wasn't in on that possession. 32 is over on the bench for the Trojans right now. Lucas Gabriel taking advantage of his size advantage on the court right now.
Japchit Gill tiptoes his way on the inside. He'll pull up, shoot for 3. That one's too short. Jerome Bynum with the rebound. And then contact made with Emmanuel Akpan.
Yeah, he ran into 2 Bruins there.
Number 20. Akpan has
4th personal foul against Akpan, so both of the big guys inside for Dakota State in foul trouble.
Yeah, and Akpan just lost his awareness there. He didn't realize where he was on the court and ran into 2 different guys.
Jerome Bynum has a 1-and-1 for the Bruins here.
You think Darren Teague noticed what happened on that last possession? Look who just came back out on the court.
Offense, defense for Mason Coylton. Jerome taking his time. First shot up and in. He'll get another.
2 big ones here. Tie this game up and maybe get a stop back on the other side.
Jerome with 13 points. Excuse me, 14.
Officials having a conversation with Emar Vincent. He almost had another lane violation there.
That one off the mark, contact made. There's going to be a foul called on the battle for the rebound. It's going to go against Bellevue. Let's see which Bruin's going to pick it up.
Number 15, Thompson.
Liam Thompson picks up his 4th personal foul. He's the only Bruin with 4 personal fouls on the day. And it'll be a 1-on-1 situation on the other end of the floor for Dakota State's Emmanuel Akpan.
If you want any indication of how physical this game has been, every Trojan has at least 1 foul against them. Every Bruin, except for McKeem Loudermill, also has 1.
Here's the 1-on-1. Bruin fans making a little bit noise. The shot is good. And again, bodies on the floor. Emar Vincent and Japjit Gill got tangled up. Japjit giving up quite a few inches and quite a few pounds. Hey, volleyball player E. Fountain picks up the mop on the other end. And now Japjit and Emar having a little fun with each other down there. 2-point lead for the Trojans, 2:46 remaining. And that one rattles home. So making a 3-point lead for the visiting Trojans.
I'm not a physician, but it may not be in Japjit Gill's best interest to have Emar Vincent falling on him.
Emar sets the screen. Bynum picks it up. Back to Emar. Phillips briefly open, driving the lane. Liam Thompson off the assist from Emar Vincent.
What a pass. Emar just put the ball on the deck trying to get somebody to come over and give weak side help. He gets it and finds a wide open tracking to the basket, Liam Thompson.
A 1-point lead for the Trojans, 2:12 remaining. Gill take it back out. Trojans trying to burn some time on this possession. Now Dibimaka, he'll kick it back out to Gill. 2 minutes remaining. The drive knocked away by Jerome Bynum and dribbled out of bounds. The Bruins will get the ball back with 1:58 remaining.
That's a huge turnover there. You got to make this one count. You need a basket here. Jerome Bynum just needs to slow down, get his offense in the right possession, get the call in, make sure the ball ends up in the hands of where it's supposed to be.
Jerome making that great defensive play to knock the ball away and forcing that turnover. Timeout called by Lucas Gabriel. 1:55 remaining in this contest. Semifinal action to see who plays next Sunday for the North Star Athletic Association Championship.
That's where the benefit of holding onto your timeouts comes into a factor. Lucas Gabriel didn't take a single timeout in the first half. Has all of them available in the second half. Takes 2 in key possessions to make sure that his point guard knows where the ball is supposed to go.
Huddling around their respective coaching staffs. The Bruins on the left side of your screen, the Trojans on the right side. Lucas Gabriel for the Bruins, Darren Ty for the Trojans. Trying to find a strategy to win it.
Yeah, if I'm Lucas Gabriel, I'm putting number 5 back in. McKeem Loudermill has been a difference at the free throw line. He's got a couple of baskets here in the second half, and he's been able to find spacing offensively on the floor that you're just not getting from anybody else that position right now.
3 Bruins in double digits. Bynum with 14, Vincent with 13, Loudermill with 10. 2 Trojans in double digits. Ochan with 13, Gill with 11.
McKeem not in here, but he's standing up behind the bench right now. He's probably being told, hey, lace up your shoes. You're probably going back in here sooner rather than later.
Everybody back out on the floor. We're back to the action. Bruins possession. Trying to get another lead change here.
Minute 53 to play. Bellevue down by 1. You need a bucket here. Emar Vincent getting double teamed down low.
Thompson to Vincent against Coylton. Emar backing his way in. Contact made. It's up and in. Emar Vincent using his side to roll down. Coylton with 4 fouls had to be careful.
Yeah, and that's the difference right now between 8 minutes ago and now, is he knows that how valuable he is to his team. He can't be as physical as he wants to, and that's his game.
The 17th lead change. Bounce pass inside from Gill to Dibiamaka. Bruin fans wanted a travel call. Don't get it. Uzo on the drive into the corner. Bounce pass on the paint. Turnover against Dakota State. A couple of turnovers against the Trojans on their last 2 possessions. A Bruin defense doing a good job. 1:08 and counting. Bruins with a 1-point lead.
You want to try to run time here, but you need to make sure you end up in a situation that's a high percentage shot to extend this lead here.
Bellevue maybe trying to get a 2-for-1 situation here. 2 possessions to 1 left for Dakota State. We'll see how that works out. Into Vincent. Emar drives. He'll go to the free throw line.
What's the foul on, though?
Could be Coilton, could be one other.
Charge to number 32, Coilton.
Bison Coilton. A tip of the cap to Coilton for a great game today. Undersized in the paint, but he'll draw his 5th personal foul.
And the Bellevue bench very aware of how many he had, giving him a wave as he heads off the bench for his finish his day up.
8 points.
He's got some
4 rebounds and 2 assists.
He had some words for the Bellevue fan base as well, and they got a chuckle out of it. So I can't imagine it was probably very PG.
Emar Vincent at the free throw line.
Just his 3rd and 4th free throws coming in.
15 points at the moment. Make it 16. Taking his time, using good form. Bruins up by 2 with 49 seconds remaining.
Probably going to see a timeout from Lucas Gabriel here after if this one's made.
And it is a 3-point lead. You are correct. Lucas Gabriel calling the timeout to set the Bruin defense. 49.8 seconds remaining. Bruins 67, Trojans 64.
I think if you're on defense here, you got to track number 2. Make sure Braden Pankinen is kept in check here, and you don't want him getting a wide open look. He made you pay for it in the first half. Get a quick stop, get a turnover, maybe get one more timeout here and try to figure out how to put this thing away.
Bellevue shooting 80% from the free throw line, 20 out of 25. A lot more free throws for the Bruins than for the Trojans. I can't say it's been a homer job by any stretch of the imagination.
Listen, there's been a lot of stuff we've seen not get called too, and that's kind of the crazy thing about this is they've really let both sides play, and every call's been, for the most part, been pretty obvious.
All right, here we go.
That's the difference, though, 25 to 9 in the free throw shot differential. Got to keep track of 2, keep track of 15 here. Those are the guys that have kind of made you pay offensively when they've gotten the look.
Bruins with backcourt pressure. Uzo across the timeline quickly. Jaden Phillips on his hip. Dibiamaka has it swatted away inside. Here's Jaden Phillips. Lucas Gabriel calling the timeout.
What do you got to love about that possession? Because what did Lucas Gabriel tell us before the game started? What do we got to stop? Coast to coast, free looks at the basket. That's exactly what they prevented right there.
So a heads-up call by Lucas Gabriel across the way, down to 39 seconds. Bruins up by 3 and with possession of the basketball.
12 seconds is the difference between the game clock and shot clock here, so you got to be smart with the basketball. Maybe look for an open look. The Trojans may try to pressure here and get a foul and try to get a quick possession back. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's kind of what happened there on that last possession. That might be what Coach Ty is talking about right now. Hey, let's not foul. Let's get a stop and see if we can get an open look.
This one's still up for grabs for either team. We want to remind you to stick around at the conclusion of today's game. We'll have a visit with head coach Lucas Gabriel, maybe one of the players as well. So we invite you to stick around for that. Right now, Bellevue shooting 51% of the game, 48% for Dakota State. Bellevue has made 7 3-pointers, 5 for Dakota State. Bellevue winning the rebound battle 32-22. That's another key statistic in today's game. And the Bruins doing great at 80% from the free throw line. They may be shooting a few more here before the end of this one.
Yeah, Jerome Bonham's not ready for his college basketball career to come to an end. He's 3 of 5 shooting from outside today, and he's usually more of your assist and defensive guy. He has been special from beyond the arc.
Expect Dakota State to put a lot of pressure on in the backcourt. Bruins have a couple of guys in the front court and a couple of guys in the back court.
You might need another body here.
Yeah, there's only 4. No, there we go. Jaden Phillips over across the way by the
Oh, he's hiding.
bench.
Look at him. He snuck in. There it is.
That's where they go. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Bellevue basketball as a trio of Trojans surrounded Jaden.
Yeah.
Couple of seconds tick off the clock, down to 36 seconds.
Coach Gabriel wanted Jaden give that ball up.
Here's Jerome Bynum, Christian Carter, 2 best ball handlers on the floor. They'll play a little catch. Dakota State allowing precious seconds to tick off the clock. Now Jerome tries to work around Josh Lewis, and looks like Lewis will pick up the foul, trying to extend that knee. 4th personal against Lewis. And that'll send Jerome to the free throw line for 2 shots as the Dakota State Trojans over the limit.
I don't know if that was a shoe issue or a lower leg issue. Jerome kind of grabbed at his lower leg and did something. I couldn't see. There was a couple players walking in front of me when I saw it.
First free throw just a little bit short.
The biggest shot of the entire game coming up here. This is a chance to make it a two-possession game. You need a basket here from your senior.
Calvin Payne checks back in for Dakota State. Jerome, a big deep breath. 3 dribbles, a spin, the shot up and in. A big shot.
Emar Vincent just moves and people hit the floor. Like, he doesn't even need to make contact.
Braden Groby checks back in for the Bruins. Bellevue will again pressure in the backcourt. Trying to force seconds off the clock. Here's Penkinen.
You got a matchup situation. Akpan is being guarded by Emar, and I don't know if that's the look you want right now.
Down to 16 seconds. Into the lane. The stuff by Emmanuel Akpan with 14 seconds left. 68-66 as they spread it out. Put the ball in the hoop. Timeout on the floor called by Dakota State. They're down to 1 timeout remaining. Bellevue has 1 timeout.
That's not where you wanted a communication problem. That was supposed to be Raiden Groby switching off with Emar Vincent there, and the call just didn't make its way to the court. You got to get that figured out. That can't happen if you have another defensive possession here.
Bruins scoring leaders, Emar Vincent with 17, Jerome Bynum with 15, Hakeem Loudermill with 10. On the other side of the ledger, 3 double-digit scores for Dakota State. Ochan with 13, Gill and Akpan with 11 points apiece.
Yeah, and the story here is Mason Coyleton not available for these last 14 seconds because you know the ball would have been in 32's hands. It's going to be interesting to see if the Trojans have a chance to win this game, who takes that shot. Listen, Akpan was the guy there on the dribble, but that was a defensive lapse by the Bruins. I don't expect to see that again.
With 14 seconds left, Dakota State will try for the steal. If they don't get the steal, they'll go for the quick foul. Carter, Bynum, Thompson, Vincent, and Phillips, the 5 Bruins on the floor.
Yeah, Jaden Phillips standing by himself all the way on the other side. I'd like to see him close to the half-court mark here to kind of give your inbounds another look.
Bynum in the corner. Spinning away, working his way out of the double-team trap. Down to 8 seconds. Christian Carter will draw the foul. He'll go to the free throw line with 7.9 seconds remaining. He'll have 2 free throws.
Emmanuel Akpan is next to himself right now. He knew he had a shot at getting that steal, and he was about a half an inch away from getting it.
Josh Lewis picks up his 5th personal foul, so he'll head to the bench.
2 big ones from Christian Carter here, up 2. Both of these are huge.
So if he hits them both, it'll be a 2-possession game, and the Bruins will pretty much have it sewn. First one up, first one in. Christian Carter, just his 3rd point of the game, but a very critical one, and just as critical here.
Yeah, all 3 of his points coming from free throws today, and a big one, if not the biggest one right now.
He makes them both. 70-66, a 4-point lead for the Bruins. Clock running, down to 5 seconds.
Don't give up an easy basket here.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Dakota State will not get off a shot. They needed 2 baskets. And the Bellevue Bruins win it by a score of 70-66.
We're playing next Sunday, folks. Get your tickets. Get down to the den. Make sure you come. Be loud. There's a championship being decided next Sunday right here on the campus of Bellevue University.
We were tied 33-33 at halftime. The Bruins come away in the second half to win it by a score of 70-66. They will play next Sunday right here at the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center. 1 o'clock tip-off against the winner of the Dickinson State and Mayville State game, which will start at 3 o'clock. You can find the links at either of those schools or at the playnorthstar.org website to find out who the Bruins' opponent next week will be.
If you weren't entertained by that, I don't know what you were looking for. What an amazing game. And yeah, a ton of free throws were shot that one, but there was such a high level of basketball IQ. It's just, playoff basketball is so special. When there's so many great players like we see in the North Star Athletic Conference that just get the game of basketball and love it and come out and do it for the right reasons. It's just so much fun to watch. 4-point win for Bellevue today and a huge one.
The Bruins complete the trifecta this year against Dakota State, winning all 3 of the matchups. In this one, 8-10 times the game was tied, 17 times there were lead changes. This was everything you could want from an exciting, competitive basketball game.
Mick, I don't know what to do. We're 8-0 when I'm on the call. We haven't lost a game yet when I'm sitting next to you up here in the Eagles' Nest.
Jimmy Allen, the lucky charm for the Bellevue Bruins here. So four-leaf clovers and Jimmy Allen, you know.
You will be slacking off and not working next week, but I will be here, so I will try to keep the good luck rolling in.
We will expect to see head coach Lucas Gabriel coming out in just a little bit here, along maybe with one of the Bellevue players. So, yes, this is my final broadcast of the year, as my wife and I have some plans already for next weekend.
There will be a new text message number next week.
That's
I
right.
will have it open, but make sure you listen to the broadcast. But I ask, if while you're on vacation, if you get a few, feel free to send them my way, and I will read them all.
I definitely will. The Bruins wind up shooting 51% to 49% for Dakota State. The Bruins make 7 3-pointers to 5 for Dakota State. The Bruins shoot 79% from the free throw line, 23 out of 29 to only 56%, 5 out of 9 for Dakota State. 18 turnovers, that's uncharacteristically high for the Bruins, only 12 for Dakota State. The Bruins win the rebounding battle 32 to 22.
Yeah, 30 total turnovers in this game. For a game that was really well buttoned up, it did not feel like there was that many giveaway possessions.
Well, credit the defense. I mean, a lot of those. I mean, the turnovers that were there were forced turnovers. So I can't remember maybe one or two that were just sloppy passes or whatever. They were created turnovers by the defense of the opposing team.
I think the craziest stat on the stat sheet today is it felt like Bellevue really dominated the paint with Emar Vincent. When you look at what Dakota State was actually able to do, they outscored Bellevue in the paint 44 to 24. It did not feel that way.
No. Let's take a look at some of the individual stats as well in today's game for Dakota State. Their high scorer was Ochan with 13, 11 points for Gill and Akpan, 9 points for Dibiamaka, 3 points for Penkinen, 4 points for Lewis, 7 for Hayes, and 8 for Coylton.
Yeah, we're about a half a centimeter away from this game being a completely different story and us talking about Ochan being the difference. He was about this close, and you can't see, but he was a couple centimeters away from grabbing that steal at the end of the game, and he had that big dunk to tie it up. And I'll get out of the way. Lucas Gabriel and Christian Carter are making their way up to the booth. Talk to Mick right now. Mick, enjoy your vacation, buddy. It's been a fun season.
Jimmy, good working with you, and take him to the championship next week. For the Bellevue Bruins, Emar Vincent with 17, Jerome Bynum with 15, McKeem Loudermill with 10. They were leading scorers. TJ Fritz had 6, Christian Carter had 4, Liam Thompson had 2, 6 points for Caleb Chang, 2 for Jaden Phillips, and 8 for Nigel Wilson. Joined now by head coach Lucas Gabriel. Man, that had everything you would ever want in a basketball game. Competitive, tough fought, 17 lead changes, 8 ties, and you got a friend over here as well. Introduce us to your son.
This is my son, Obi. He's 5 years old. He's going to be 6 soon. So, hey, Obi, Jeff.
Obi, here's the camera. Wave at the camera.
Wave. Wave.
All right, very good. Well, you talked about some of the things. We talked quickly before the game about some of the things that were going to be key for the Bruins' victory today, and you guys pretty much followed through with most of that. The rebounding, you denied a lot of full court looks for them.
Yeah, they got a little bit in transition, a little more than we probably wanted to give them, but they're good at it. I mean, that's part of it. Part of the reason it's so hard to take away because they're really good in transition. And I thought for the most part we took it away. They got some at times. The other thing that we knew we absolutely had to do was win the glass, and we did that. I think we won 32-25.
Like plus 10 on the glass, yes.
Even better. So we really felt if we could out-rebound them, we would beat them, and we did that. So I'm just proud of these guys. And when we got down late, we didn't flinch and we didn't get scared. We just looked at each other and said, okay, we're fine. Let's go. They made their run. Let's make our run now.
Outstanding job from the free throw line. 23 out of 29, 79% from the free throw line. That's ice cold stepping to the line in critical situations and knocking them down.
We got in the gym this week and shot a ton. This guy might as well pitch a tent in here and just sleep in here. So I told Coach Nate, our associate head coach, when he went to the free throw line for the last 2, I said they just fouled the wrong guy. That's the wrong one to foul. So I had no doubt in my mind he was going to step to the line and punch those down.
You've got to sit around and wait now for an hour and a half or so to find out what the outcome of the Dickinson State and Mayville State game. They don't start till 3 o'clock, so 15 minutes from now. So are you going to have the team gather together to watch that one online, or are you going to let people go and do their own thing and then just prepare for next Sunday's game against whoever comes out of that?
Our attitude is the focus on ourselves. Our attitude is that it's about us and it's about what we do and it's our preparation and going about our business. So we're not going to worry about who it is. If we got to go through Mayville, then we have to go through Mayville. If we have to go through Dickinson, then that will be a great challenge as well. I think Coach Derrick is a fabulous coach, and so. It doesn't matter to us. We're excited that we're in the championship, but we know that the job is not done. We feel good, but we have plenty of work to do, and we're going to focus on getting our proper rest tonight and putting good things in our body so that we can be ready for next Sunday.
That was going to be my next question. What do you do now in this intervening week between now and the championship game on Sunday, which will be right back here at the Lozier Center?
Oh, nothing changes. We go about our preparation as we've gone about it from day one. We've been training these guys to go about their business a certain way since we recruited him 3 years ago, and the guys are really bought into it. So I think when you get a routine that works, I think what's important is you don't do anything that outside of what's normal. You stay true to yourself and your routine, and we're going to do that.
All right, well, congratulations on the win today. Good luck next Sunday. I won't be here, unfortunately. I've had some other family plans that I'm going to be at, but I wish you all the best. I'll be listening in online from down in Arizona.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
All right. Head coach Lucas Gabriel. The Bruins pick up another win today to go 14-15 overall and set themselves in for the championship match next Sunday. Joined now by Christian Carter.
How you doing?
Congratulations on another exciting win.
Thank you.
There were, I've mentioned it a couple times, it goes in my mind and out the other. So 17 lead changes, 8 times the game was tied. That was just a slugfest from start to finish, but that's probably what you expected against this team.
Yeah, they're a very strong, physical team. They play really hard. They listen. They just do a lot of stuff right. So, like, it was just a dogfight. It's a grind. And especially it's playoff, no one wants to leave, no one wants to go home. So it was just a dogfight, and I'm glad we came out with the win. But job's not finished. We got to get one next week.
I'm trying not to laugh. Your left eye, you got a nice shiner going. Was that the first time you got clubbed or the second time you got clubbed today?
Probably both, a little bit of both. Just right here. It was coming right when I fell down there. I just got shined a little bit. But, hey, you got to shake it off because, hey, tomorrow we got a whole week off. So I'm thinking, hey, if we get this one, I can chill, ice it up. It'll be fine.
This team, I mean, really exemplifies the team concept of basketball. You got guys that are on the floor working hard all the time that you're out there, passing to teammates for a good look. You're diving on the floor. You're taking elbows. You're doing whatever you need to get a win. I mean, when the season started and you were 0-6, what was going through your mind then? How were we going to turn this around?
We really just stuck with each other. We knew that we were going to work it out. And it was definitely tough. The 0-6 start, that's like a lot of us have never had that happen before. So it was kind of good adversity. We started off first. And then we knew once we turned the corner, hey, we're going to get it going. And just the second half of the season, just since that 0-6 start, we've just been phenomenal. We all just love each other. We're just a big, happy family. We all work hard. We get in the gym. And it's always like not me score, it's the other person's score. Just being so just loving and just – these are my brothers, like I care for them, everything. So it's just big just to have them just be a good family, and we just all work hard, and we just want to get a championship at the end of this.
Your hard work has made the 2024 portion of the schedule much better than the 2023 section as well. So next week you play the winner of Dickinson State and Mayville State. I know you probably don't matter who you play, but against those teams, is there one that you think you'd like to get a payback or something?
Definitely, I feel like each team we owe something to them. Dickinson, we've never beaten Dickinson since I've been here at Dickinson. So always beating them is a good program. They have a great coach. They have a great system. And then Mayville is just Mayville. They were picked to win our league. They've been getting receiving votes all year. So knocking one of those two off, those would be great. And just getting a little get back. Those teams were both picked in front of us at the beginning of the season. So we just be big, just knock one of them off. It doesn't matter who it is. We just play who's in front of us.
Hang up another championship banner across the way there. That wall is full of years of Bellevue. 21 regular season conference championships, 15 tournament championships. Make it 16 next Sunday, huh?
Let's do it.
I saw your mom here, but anybody else you want to say hi to? Listen,
hey, guys. Hey, my grandparents, mom, dad, at home, brother, sister, girlfriend, everyone.
All right, very good. Got to get everybody included there.
Everyone.
Christian, congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
Go get them next Sunday as well.
Thank you, Mick.
Bruin guard Christian Carter joining us on our post-game wrap-up, along with head coach Lucas Gabriel. And thanks to all of you for listening in. As I mentioned earlier, I won't be here next week for the broadcast. Jimmy will bring in the action to you. But again, I want to say thank you for lending me your ears for the duration of this season. It's been a fun one to call, especially today's game. So thanks to Kaylee working behind the scenes, Akaya as well for their work today. And thanks to all of you for listening in. Head coach Lucas Gabriel and the Bellevue Bruins on their way to the championship game. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Signing off for the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network, I'm Mick Krupski. Good night.